This lesson is about what makes the earth habitable. There are many elements that need to come together to make life possible on Earth. It's not just one certain thing, it's got to be all these different things that come together and allow life on the planet Earth. We're going to look at the Earth's location in the solar system, the magnetic field and what role that plays, the moon and how that affects Earth and life, our atmosphere, our liquid water and soil, and Earth's active geology. Let's start with the Earth's location in the solar system. Earth is in what is called the Goldilocks zone, and that is the area around a star that is not too hot or too cold. It's the perfect place for the planet to have the right temperatures and also for liquid water to exist for life. So that's what they call that certain area around the star. That's just the perfect spot. And the Earth is in that spot around our star. In our own solar system, we are the only planet we know of capable of supporting complex life. The other rocky planets are too close and hot, like Mercury and Venus, or too cold, like Mars. And the outer Jovian planets are too cold and far away from the sun. And then there's other issues. They have no solid surface and are gas giants. One other advantage that the Earth has due to its location comes down to solar radiation. We're close enough to the sun to get warmth, but we're far enough away that we're not in the direct crosshairs of the sun's radiation, like solar flares. So, if we were closer to the sun, we would receive a lot more radiation from solar flares and solar activity, which of course would not be conducive to life on this planet. Mercury, the closest planet to the sun, receives the most radiation. And so we definitely would not want to be any closer to the sun or nor too far away. Okay, the next factor in life on Earth is the magnetic field. Our magnetic field reaches out from the center of Earth into the space around it. And there are some pictures you can see where they've visualized the magnetic field. Although we can't see it with our eyes. It's generated due to the movement of our core, specifically Earth's molten outer core. This movement creates currents and it causes the Earth to become magnetic. In essence, the Earth is like a giant magnet. The field protects us from solar wind, and solar wind is harmful particles released from the sun. You can't see them, but they're actually very harmful, and the Earth's magnetic field deflects those away. Also, without our field, the solar winds would also strip away our atmosphere. So, as the winds came across the atmosphere without the magnetic field, it would just completely strip away our atmosphere. And then, of course, the magnetic field is necessary to life on Earth. Without it, we would have no atmosphere and would be bombarded by radiation from space. Okay, the next thing is our moon. The moon, although many people might not realize this, plays a major role in allowing life to flourish on Earth. The moon's gravitational pull actually stabilizes the Earth. It keeps it from wobbling on its axis. And this helps keep our climate steady and predictable in a pattern that has allowed for steady seasons for plants to grow and therefore life to flourish. The moon's gravity also affects the tides. And this, back in the early days of life on Earth, helped with life forming in the oceans. The next thing we're going to look at is atmosphere. Obviously, atmosphere plays a very critical role in life on Earth. It gives us air to breathe, And our atmosphere has just the right mix of gases: nitrogen, oxygen, other gases like carbon dioxide. This mix is just what we need. If it was any different, we wouldn't be able to breathe. And plants also need this certain mix. So everything is just the right mix that allowed life on Earth. Also, the atmosphere contains our ozone layer. This layer protects us from radiation from space. Let's see. And it also creates pressure that keeps liquid water on the planet. So the pressure from the atmosphere holds the liquid water on the surface. Without it, the water would evaporate into space, which is actually what they think might have happened on Mars, that it used to have liquid water, but when it lost its atmosphere, it also lost all of its water to space. And also, we wouldn't want our atmosphere to be too different, because we could look at the planet Venus, which does have an atmosphere, but its atmosphere is obviously so thick that it traps heat and makes the planet very hot. So we wouldn't want our atmosphere to be too thick either, or we would be like Venus. Okay, next we also need liquid water and soil. The Earth is the only planet in our solar system that we know of at this point with liquid water. There are moons that we know of that have frozen water, and there's a possibility of liquid water under that ice. But as of this point, we are the only one we know of that have liquid water. It is a necessary component for life as we know it, and life on Earth could not exist without it. The Earth also contains soil, which obviously we need soil for plants to grow. The soil that we have is most of it is rich with nutrients, and the plants need this nutrients to thrive. So we wouldn't want just dead soil. We need our soil is rich, and it gives plants what they need to grow, which allows for animals on our planet. And the last thing we're going to look at is active geology. The Earth's active geology has played a major role in life on Earth. Ancient volcanic eruptions help to create the balance of gases in our atmosphere. As those erupted, those changed the chemistry of the atmosphere. That's how we believe that oxygen might have become so prevalent in our atmosphere. And then tectonic plates keep the volcanoes active, and they also move the continents to their current positions. So we need the volcanoes to be active, and the tectonic plates help with that. And then also, for our continents to be in the position they are now, they have moved over the millions of years that Earth has existed. And the Earth is our only planet in our solar system that has tectonic plates and active volcanoes. We know that Mars has volcanoes that are dormant at this point, but there would be Venus. Venus, we believe, does have possibly active volcanoes. It did in the past, but as far as we know of, Earth is the only ones with active volcanoes at this point. Okay, so that's it. So that is what makes Earth habitable. Of course, there are, other factors, but these are some of the main ones that we covered. It's all, like I mentioned, just a complex mixture that made just all the right ingredients for life on Earth. So Earth is a pretty amazing planet. Thank you.